Hey guys, welcome to another episode of The Pitch on Football Plus TV. So today is an instant review of Belgium versus Italy. The game ended 2-1. Italy was the eventual winner of the game. It ended in 90 minutes. I was actually expecting the game to go on to extra time, but it didn't, and I'm actually pretty glad. So it ended 2-1. 2 goals by Barella and Insigne, and 1 goal from Lukaku through penalty. Italy totally owned the game. They were exceptionally good. I think against Austria, Italy struggled a little, but then against Belgium, it was pretty much smooth sailing for them. And Belgium, I don't know, they did not step up much in the game, to be honest. Like De Bruyne had a couple of pretty decent chances where he could have converted into a goal or at least a threat. But then at times he chose not to shoot the ball. Instead, he lobbed it or crossed it to someone, particularly Lukaku. So maybe all these things could have cost the game, and the absence of Eden Hazard could also be a reason. Anyways, Italy was just exceptional. To be honest, I did not expect Italy to be so good, and I really enjoyed the game. So without further ado, let's get into a quick review of the match. As I've said, Italy versus Austria was much more intense game in comparison to this Belgium game, because we could see Italy actually had to go the extra mile, work a little more to actually win the game before the penalties. They were actually trying very hard to win the game before the penalties, and they eventually did in the extra time. But in this particular game, I think Italy was just magnificent. They totally controlled the game. Their defense was solid as hell. But then even so, in the last 20 minutes, they had to defend their life out. Italy had to defend their life out because Belgium was all out attack. When they brought in Chadli and a couple more players, they were looking pretty decent attacking wise, but Cellini and Bonucci, they ran the show. They have been the defensive duo, the strong defensive duo for many years, and they have pretty much won over the Belgium attacking threat. In comparison to the Austria game, the style of play against Belgium has changed for Italy, but then their core strength was intact. They did not slip even a little. Their quality was there, and that's why they are the tournament favorites to win this Euro 2020. To be honest guys, couple of times Italy totally had control of the game. They did not let the ball go. Their ball control was so good. They had maybe 20 or 30 passes completed, but they still had possession of the ball. Belgium could not do anything rather than dropping back, parking the bus, waiting for Italy to approach them or into their defense. Oh my god guys, Kevin De Bruyne, he had a couple of pretty decent chances. I wouldn't say he did not convert all his chances. He did, particularly in the first half. He tested Donnarumma with that very beautiful strike of his, but then he had more in the game, more chances in the game. He could have actually tested Donnarumma more. He could have been more threatful, but then in most cases where he could have taken a shot, he instead chose to do otherwise. He decided to become the Ozil, where he decided to either pass to his teammate such as Lukaku, or he lobbed the ball to another teammate for them to have a chance at goal, which eventually ended by them not attempting or scoring that goal, which would have been much more threatful if he had actually tried for the goal. And for me, in those instances, Kevin De Bruyne was a major letdown, because he could have actually changed the game like how he did in that Denmark game. When he came in, he actually changed the whole game dynamics, and because of him, that goals happened, and he also scored one of the goals. So yeah, for me, KDB could have been more dangerous in this particular game, and he could have contributed more. I don't know, maybe the absence of Eden Hazard could not make him to perform as we expected him to perform. When Belgium made their change, when Chadli came in, it was very impactful to the game, where he created a very beautiful chance for Lukaku, only for him to miss the ball. he missed the header completely. I don't know, at times Lukaku can be clumsy. If only he had converted that cross into a goal, maybe the game would have totally ended differently. Belgium could have won the game. I don't know. It could have totally changed the outcome of the game. We have seen in many games where these kind of things happened, where the losing team gave a very good comeback and actually won the game. For instance, France versus Switzerland. But sadly, as soon as he created the chance, Charlie had to be taken off. He barely lasted in the pitch, I think around 10 minutes or so. He had to be taken off due to some injuries, and speedy recovery to him. Hope to see him very soon. Coming back to Italy, they knew for a matter of fact that Belgium is very dangerous on the flanks, with their runners or their wingers being exceptionally good on the flanks due to their speed. So Italy knew for a fact that they have to close down the flank. Di Lorenzo and Spinazzola did a very good job in closing down the flanks completely, stopping the attack coming towards their goal from the flanks. But more than what Di Lorenzo did, Spinazzola was top of the game yesterday. He was exceptional in the game. Even not only yesterday's game, not only the Belgium versus Italy game, he was exceptional throughout the group stage, round of 16 up to today. He was exceptional, but it's sad to see him stretched off due to an injury. The news says that he has ruptured his Achilles. Hope he comes back really strong soon. Wishing him a speedy recovery. For the kind of game, for the kind of work rate he puts in this tournament or in the Italian team, he deserves a much better accolade. Spinazzola was so good at keeping the flanks closed. There was literally not much, maybe one or two threats from his flank, the left flank. And also when the ball is with KDB, Kevin De Bruyne, Lukaku was in the box. Spinazzola did the exact same thing. He took control. Although he do not have the physical advantage against Lukaku, but he still managed to ensure Lukaku is not a threat in that particular situation. And this is a special mention to that youngster Jeremy Doku, who actually tried so much. He did so much. At one point he was trying to do the Messi where he dribbled past 3 or 4 players and he took a shot at the goal only to miss it by inches. He has a long way to go, a very powerful, decent player. He has the caliber to be at the best of his game. Guys, I think that's pretty much about Belgium versus Italy, a quick instant review. So my verdict for the game is Belgium had a very leaky, fragile defensive line which Italy took advantage of. And being the most anticipated game of the quarterfinals, it was interesting. As I said, it was interesting. Only if Belgium had stepped up a little more, it would have been one of the best matches of the tournament. So with that, signing off, Kaviraj.